Brad here. Hope you're doing well. Once again, before we get started today, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button on the bottom of this video where the title is. Hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment if you are also, interested in this topic. What are your thoughts? I would love to hear them. So let's get started. So, we heard this past week, that Universal/DreamWorks, who own the rights to How to Train Your Dragon animated films, that the first one came out in 2010, second one came out in 2014, third one came out in 2019, that they are actually going to be making a live-action How to Train Your Dragon film. Is it not Disney? Are you sure? I thought Disney is the one that's remaking their animated film into live-action, like Pinocchio, like The Lion King, like Aladdin, like Cinderella, like Maleficent, like The Jungle Book, like we're about to get The Little Mermaid, like Mulan, Fat Mulan. No, this is not Disney. This is Universal, DreamWorks. They are making a live-action How to Train Your Dragon. Now, you know what? This is a great idea. You know why it's a great idea? Because I am not joking you when I say, about a couple of years ago, I think even when the last How to Train Your Dragon came out, I said, you know what? If there's any animated film that would be perfect for a live-action version, it would be How to Train Your Dragon. Why? Well, it's very simple, people. The films, going back to the first one, second one, third, whatever one you want to pick up and, use it as an example, guess what? It's a very simple formula. Let me tell you, you got humans and you got dragons. That's it. You got humans and you got dragons. There's something out there. All the way back even to the 90s. Oh, Dragonheart. With Dennis Quaid. Yep. Let's start there. Human and dragon. Oh. What the other that movie with Matthew McConaughey, Christian Bale, even a very young Gerard Butler, apocalyptic movie set in the future, came out in 2002. Oh yeah, Reign of Fire, the dragon movie with Matthew McConaughey. A very completely out of his comfort zone at the time. And it landed on Christian Bale before Batman Begins and a Gerard Butler even before The Phantom of the Opera. Oh yeah, Reign of Fire. Yeah, I remember that. That's an awesome movie. Humans and dragons. What else? I'm missing something huge. Something on HBO Max. Game of what? Game of Thrones? Oh, Game of Thrones. Humans and dragons. Oh. And what did we just have last year in the fall? Oh yeah, House of the Dragons. They even had dragons in the title. Dragons! So, let me tell you. Does this sound like a brilliant idea? Yes. Do people love dragons? Yes. Now, here's the one interesting thing. Even though I said this trilogy, How to Train Your Dragon, which, by the way, I love these movies. I remember seeing the first one came out in 2010, like I said earlier. I didn't see that one in theaters. You're like, DreamWorks really doesn't put out great animated films, in my opinion, other than like the first two Shrek movies. So I was a little hesitant, and then I saw it, I rented it like in the summer of 2010, and I really enjoyed it. Or maybe the fall of 2010, I don't know. I was in school, okay? So it was either spring semester, spring quarter, or fall quarter. We didn't have semesters. Yeah, quarters. Quarter. It's quarter. It's winter quarter. It's summer quarter. It's fall quarter. Quarter. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really great movie. Hiccup, and the dragon, and that, and the that, and the. And then I saw the second one when it came out in 2014 in theaters. I thought that film was even better. It dealt with more adult themes. Very powerful story. Sad ending. And then the third one, even though I'm not a huge fan of the third one, it still has its moments. So overall, it's a pretty great trilogy. But I said, this would be a great film franchise to do in live action. I just didn't think that they would already be doing it now. Like I said, the last movie just came out in 2019. The first one came out in 2010. It's not even 13 years old yet. The first one didn't come out until the summer of 2010. So, and they already have a release date for this live action film in March of 2025. That's only about 2 years away. We have one more week of February, and then we're in March. So, exactly 2 years from now, this movie will be coming out, which means they're a lot further along with this movie than we know, than you and I know, because if this movie's coming out in 2 years, they are way into pre-production. I wouldn't even surprised if they have most of their cast already lined up. But let's get into that. The other thing about How to Train Your Dragon, the animated films, is that the voice acting was excellent. You had Jay Baruchel as Hiccup, the little boy. You had Gerard Butler. Speaking of Gerard Butler and dragons, he played the father to Hiccup. Then I know in the second one we had Kate Blanchett being the mother. Jonah Hill was in there. T.J. Miller. America Ferrera was in there. It actually had a great voice cast. Which I'm going right now like, who are you going to get to play the live action versions? I mean, I know we've seen a lot of animated films that have great voice casts. Jeremy Irons as Scar. James Earl Jones as Mufasa. The late Robin Williams as the genie. Obviously Woody and Buzz, Tom Hanks, Tim Allen. You know. But I'm also like, who else are you now? Who are you going to get to play the live action versions? Because to me, I would be like, just like we just got the live action The Lion King, where they brought in James Earl Jones to still do the voice of Mufasa. Mufasa. I personally, and we had to make one little exception, one little one, I would bring in Gerard Butler to be the dad in the live action version as well. Because his voice and that beard in Viking world, Viking territory, yes. Could you imagine they got Leonardo DiCaprio? I'm saying that because there was once a movie that was going to be a Viking movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and starring as the Viking, directed by Mel Gibson. That never happened. You never know. So I'm like, okay, you probably can't get Jay Baruchel to return because now he's like in his 40s. But then that also brings up the other question. The original director of all three movies is going to direct the live action version. So now it begs the question, is he just going to remake the first movie? Or is he going to still tell an original story within How to Train Your Dragon in the universe, but not an actual remake of the first movie, since it is the same director? Because if he's not remaking his original movie, but making a live action film in the How to Train Your Dragon universe, but a newer story, but with the same title, that is not a remake of the animated film. That means you can get like a Timothy Chalamet to play the main lead. You can get Jacob Tremblay to play the boy, because now he's only a teenager. You see what I'm going here? I'm like, so it really depends on what this movie is. It going to be a straight up remake of the original animated film with the same director? Or is it going to be a story within the universe and still have the title, How to Train Your Dragon? There's a lot of questions still. But I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, you got humans, you got dragons. They're magical. And we've seen a lot of media lately with humans and dragons. So, let me know in the comments below. Are you a fan of How to Train Your Dragon, the animated movies? Would you want a straight up remake? Or would you want a live action film with a completely different story? You know what would be very interesting instead of doing like instead of this being like a fourth animated film, this is actually a live action fourth film with Hiccup, I think that's the main character, pretty sure, is an adult, and they get like someone like Chris Evans, ooh, with the mirror from Avengers Infinity War, ooh, so I don't know, like I said, I still have a lot of questions. I'm really looking forward to it. I like the animated movies. Can't wait to see, also can't wait to see the design of the dragons. Are they going to be more like the animated version? I hope not. And then that would look very weird. But are we going to get dragons that look like actual dragons? Like in Game of Thrones or Reign of Fire? I don't know, there's a lot of interesting thoughts I have. Well, let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? You want a remake, straight up remake? You want an original story, but in the How to Train Your Dragon universe? Who would you see cast in some of the main roles, like the main character, the father, some of his friends, his love interest? You tell me. Not the Badger.